Please welcome EVP and GM Automation and Integration, Salesforce, Param Cologne.
Hello. Hello and welcome. It's so great to be here at Dreamforce, the very first one for me. What an event. Wow. It's incredible to be here with thousands of trailblazers like you. Now, in the main keynote, you heard about the promise of AI. Your stakeholders want to take advantage of this disruptive technology to drive change. But you know better than anyone else that this is going to need a solid foundation. So today we'll take a look at how integration and automation capabilities of Salesforce can help you lay the groundwork for it. But before, I want to thank you, our customers, our partners, our employees, and especially our community members, you trailblazers out there. I see some of you are sporting the latest swag out here. That's pretty neat, huh? Awesome. Well, later today, we'll also have a special community member join us on stage, and I'm really excited to introduce him to all of you. AI is going to change the business forever. Your customers and your employees are going to have new experiences in which they will engage with you. Your business processes are going to get optimized as you remove the bottlenecks around manual steps. But for AI to reach its full potential, it has to reason over comprehensive information. Data that is typically isolated in hundreds of different applications and hard to get to. And when you do start getting those meaningful insights back from AI, do you have the capacity to go act on every single one of those intuitions? What about data and privacy? Can you trust the autonomous process to go and uphold the same values that you've held true to your customers for so long? To address this and many other challenges, what we're seeing is many technologies are converging from integration tools to low-code automation tools, to low-code application development tools, enterprise workflow, compliance and governance capabilities. This is what we and many other in the industry are calling hyperautomation. We went and asked our key stakeholders how important is hyperautomation for them. So it was no surprise that 80% of our key stakeholders said that hyperautomation is on their roadmap. At Salesforce, our composable and API-led integration platform and our low-code automation tools can help you drive these hyperautomation initiatives. Our integration tools can gather data from disparate systems in real time, and those systems could be legacy or modern applications. Our low-code automation tools from Salesforce Flow to RPA can ensure that your business analysts can create automations easily to respond to those AI intuitions and actions. And then you can govern and manage any API, AI or not, with security and governance using the API management tools. So together with our integration platform, our low-code automation tools, and the trusted and proven Salesforce platform, you can drive AI and adoption of AI in your enterprise at velocity that we've never seen before with any other technology-led transformation. We're very excited to announce many new capabilities at Dreamforce that will help you maximize the value of AI in the enterprise with integration and automation capabilities. We're also announcing many new capabilities where we're infusing AI into integration and automation tools so that you can get more value from those tools and you can make them more accessible to more people within the enterprise. We'll hear more about that in just a bit. But first, I want to invite a special person to stage, someone who is living and leading real-life example of driving transformation at Salesforce. Who better than our EVP and Chief Information Officer? Please welcome Juan Perez to the stage.
Hello, Para. How you doing, my friend?
Good. Juan, it's great to see you. How are you?
Doing great. Hello, everybody. It's awesome to be here. This is the best of all the breakouts that we've got going on. Param is here.
So, Juan, it's been a strange year. We've all felt the pressure of productivity, raising the productivity, efficiency, resilience. How are you thinking about all of that?
My goodness, it's common in our business today to look for every opportunity to get better at what we do. Yeah. Whether it's selling, building code, anything that we do within the organization. Yeah. We owe it to ourselves as a company, but we also owe it to our customers, right? That we do the things we say that our software can do, that our technology can do, which is to drive value, drive productivity, and definitely create better solutions for our customers, internal and external as well.
That's amazing. Now, you've been here at Salesforce. You've also been a CIO at UPS before in your past life. How is MuleSoft helping the business be more agile and flexible?
Absolutely. By the way, working at UPS for all the years I did, the notion about driving productivity was ingrained in everything we did. And I believe it made the business better. We're seeing that here at Salesforce as well. When it comes to building technology, however, as you know, our business is demanding faster, more solutions that can create that business value. And I remember throughout the many years that I've been doing this, one of the biggest questions has always been, my goodness, what do I do now with integration? That's going to be the bottleneck. That's going to be the challenge for us to actually build value quicker. Well, with MuleSoft, that's not the case anymore. And by the way, folks, I'm telling you this from experience here at Salesforce because I am one of his largest customers. Definitely the case. And what I've seen now is that we can build technology quicker. We can build trusted technology quicker because the integration components, the automation components, are much easily built through the technologies that you're providing to us as a customer of yours.
Well, thank you so much, Juan. Thank you for being such a great customer. These Salesforce and Salesforce stories are so important to us and so fundamental to how we drive co-innovation at Salesforce with your team. Can you give an example of how your team's helping us drive more AI into MuleSoft products?
Absolutely. I'll give you two examples first of the integration work that we're doing with you. First, we just completed a large Workday implementation for HR. The entire integration layer was enabled through the use of MuleSoft technology. It made a huge difference in us being able to meet our deadlines, create value from the solution. For those of you that get a chance to go to the Salesforce and Salesforce booth, we have a great example of how we're using MuleSoft to be able to integrate, again, Workday with our internal technologies to be able to use Slack to support approvals in a much faster path. And for AI, my goodness, we have a lot of code we've built over the years. We're using that code to train the models that you're making available to us through Einstein MuleSoft, and it's really putting us in a position to take advantage of secure, safe, trusted AI in the way that we build our integrations, flows, and automation.
Well, thank you, Juan. You've been such a great partner, an awesome customer, and it's just really been a great experience working with you. Thank you for drinking your own champagne. And more importantly, so great to have you here, join us on stage with all the Muleys and Flonatics here.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you. So for the rest of today's session, we'll see AI and the ability to connect, automate, and scale your digital experiences with governance and security. We'll also hear from innovative customers like Sunnova and how they're driving transformation in their business. To get us started, please welcome my colleague and friend, Maria Yuan, to the stage.
All right, thank you, Param. It is so awesome to be here today with all of you trailblazers. Now, if you have gone through a house renovation project like I have, you understand the importance of a solid foundation. Well, integration lies in the foundation of your organization that powers growth and innovation. So if you don't build it right, the whole thing can collapse. According to the State of IT report, 8 out of 10 IT leaders say that integration challenges is slowing down their digital transformation. Now, I'm not surprised to hear that, because the number of systems that businesses rely on today have reached a record high. So without a new strategy to connect and orchestrate these systems, the speed of your innovation will slow down. Your IT teams are too busy keeping the lights on instead of building new and immersive experiences. And to make matters worse, the rise of artificial intelligence is compounding these challenges. With an influx of new applications being built to support AI initiatives, you pair that with the amount of data that's needed to fuel AI, a strategic approach to integration is more critical than ever. Fortunately, MuleSoft is here to help. We have helped thousands of customers over the years to create that strategic integration strategy to help them address these challenges. And a great example for this is Sunnova. Sunnova is a national leading solar company that powers homes across America. Now, in order to deliver incredible customer experiences, Sunnova is reimagining the way they automate and the way they connect to systems powered by MuleSoft. Now, let's take a look at this quick video to learn more.
The energy business has not changed for well over 100 years. It's the only major industry left that hasn't had software disruption to it. We are going to need to change the energy business. With Salesforce, we're on a path to become unstoppable.
Solar became popular in the 1970s, and it's been building momentum ever since. Now, we're building devices, putting them on roofs. We can offer batteries, EV chargers, generators. We'd like to give people the power to be energy independent.
Puts the power back into the hands of homeowners so they don't have to be at the mercy of the utility companies and rolling blackouts, storms.
So deploying renewable energy assets, it's a no-brainer. In our early days as a company, you can imagine how it went. People were writing down the quote and saying, oh, I think that the panels will do this much for you.
Take the information about the house and send it to our design team.
Getting it right could take a week turnaround. With Salesforce and MuleSoft, we're able to generate quotes in 15 minutes.
And it's been really important that that data is accurate and fast.
We want to be able to tell the customer what the value proposition is right then and there, from a savings perspective, from a outlasting a blackout perspective. And then for 25 years going forward, their energy rates, that's a lot of data.
MuleSoft Automation is the connective glue to our data and to the outside world.
To get the right answer for the homeowner.
Without the data, you can't manage the business. It's everything. And without having that platform that continuously innovates, we would not be the company we are today. We won't be the company that we want to be in the future.
There are about 100 million homeowners in the United States who could go solar. Only 4 million of them roughly have. We want to target that remaining 96 million, and AI, data, and CRM are going to help us do that. A house, in some ways, its own little power grid, and we need to think about how we can balance that grid.
Does the homeowner work from home? Do they have an EV charger? Where in the world do they live?
AI comes into play substantially in helping to predict how to make that balance work.
We're able to detect their pattern of behavior with AI to provide them a better solution.
And our partnership with Salesforce is reaching out to each and every community, not just in the United States, but globally. So who doesn't want to have affordable, more reliable energy that's cleaner? Who doesn't want that?
Wow, I love that story. I think it's amazing that MuleSoft is able to help organizations like Sunnova to consistently deliver incredible customer experiences. This is all possible because we continue to invest in tools to help our development teams do their job faster and more efficiently. And today, I am so thrilled to announce the GA of Anypoint Co-Builder for desktop, the future of development at MuleSoft. That's right. All right. Anypoint Co-Builder is a consolidated developer experience in a single tool. It helps you design, develop, debug, and deploy all in the same place. It is also built on VS Code, which means that you have access to a vast ecosystem of extensions. And here comes my favorite feature. We'll bring the power of AI to MuleSoft with Einstein for Anypoint Code Builder. That's right. Einstein will help you use natural language prompts to create flows for you. Okay. Now let's take a look to see how it works. And before we do that, let's give a big shout out to my amazing demo drivers, Sue and Aridam. All right, as a developer myself, I'm always looking for ways to do my job easier and faster. Okay. However, there are some tasks that are seemingly mundane, but still takes a long time to do. For example, when a phone number is changed in Salesforce account, oftentimes it takes additional manual steps to propagate that phone number to other systems. And that can take hours to accomplish. Now, hours of time just to change a phone number, I hate to sound like an infomercial, but there's got to be a better way. All right, Einstein is here to help. Let's go to take a look at this Anypoint Code Builder, and then let's start with Einstein by detailing the integration that we want to build. In this case, let's build an API that synchronizes a phone number in Salesforce account to a MySQL database. All right, you can see Einstein is thinking, and there it is. Einstein has generated code that matched my use case. And more importantly, Einstein also generated a set of descriptions that tells me what this code is doing. Let's go ahead and bring that into my project. All right, next, let's do some configuration to address these warnings. All right, so from the visual editor, let's take a closer look to see what Einstein has done for us. And clearly, you can see it's done a lot. To start off, Einstein started the flow with a HTTP connector, followed by a Salesforce connector with a query. So far, so good, right? All right, here comes the impressive part. Einstein has inserted a for each loop to address a scenario where multiple phone numbers are returned by my Salesforce query. And further down the line, you see that there is a condition component to address a scenario that the account object does not exist in my MySQL database. Pretty smart, don't you think? Notice none of this was in my original prompt. I think this means that Einstein is a better developer than I am. All right, so Einstein has done a great job getting us started. What if I want to add another system into this integration? Let's say SAP. Let's see how we can do that quickly. In Anypoint Code Builder, it is integrated directly with Anypoint Exchange, which is a library of pre-built assets like accelerators, connectors, APIs, and templates. All of these assets are built and maintained by MuleSoft to make sure that you can expedite your development even further. A new addition to our Exchange library is Accelerator for Data Cloud that helps you bring in critical business information into Salesforce Data Cloud for key industries like financial services, healthcare, and retail. Now, with all of these reusable assets at my fingertips, I should be able to complete my integration in no time. Let's go back to Anypoint Code Builder. From here, let's go directly to Exchange and look for a SAP connector. And once I find my SAP connector, let's configure it. And let's use a snippet to do this configuration. Snippets are simply reusable blocks of code that are very handy for repeatable tasks like these. All right, with my SAP system configured, this integration is ready to go. Let's go ahead and deploy this to the cloud and start using it. All right, from this point on, anytime a phone number is changed in your Salesforce account object, that phone number is propagated to the MySQL database as well as my SAP instance, all in real time. And notice, I completed that entire integration from beginning to end in just a few minutes. thanks to the power of Einstein and Anypoint Code Builder. You can clap. Thanks, Sue. All right. What you just saw is MuleSoft's powerful integration capabilities, working seamlessly in a single tool to give IT teams the power that they need to do their job faster and more efficiently. And we're not done yet. Next, we're going to show you how the integration developers can take the assets that they have built to empower business users through process automation. And to take you through that, please welcome Liam Doyle.
Thank you, Maria. I'm just glad I have an excuse to wear these shoes again, although I probably shouldn't stand near a naked flame. Now, as Param shared, hyperautomation is not a technology per se. It's a recognition that as you build an automated enterprise, you need all these technologies to work together. Now, I'm sure we all know that amazing experience when an interaction feels immediate and automated. In fact, Forrester's recent DPA survey showed that customer experience is the #1 driver for automation right now. But of course, automation also leads to a more efficient and productive business, with a team of employees who are freed up to do higher value work. But if you're in IT, you're probably, I'm one slide behind, you're probably thinking, I can't do this on my own. Because the demands on IT are greater than ever. In fact, 62% of IT leaders told us that they were already struggling to meet that demand. Well, that is where the business can help. With over 1 billion knowledge workers and only 22 million developers, they are the next engine of transformation. And with Flow and MuleSoft coming together, we can bridge between the business and IT better than ever. So how do we do that? We just saw from Maria how we're going to empower developers with Einstein. Well, I'm really pleased to announce we are bringing Einstein to Flow as well. There are a staggering 44 billion flows running on the platform every day, and we think this innovation is going to make it even more accessible. Now, as great as Flow Builder is, and I do love it, you can't transform your business unless you can automate those long-running processes that traverse across many teams and systems. That's why we launched Flow Orchestration last year. With Flow Orchestration, you can automate those complex workflows, but to do it in the familiar Flow interface that you know and love. OK, let's see some of this in action. You ready, Sue? OK, let's imagine that we want to assign a task whenever a case in Service Cloud is escalated. But what if we could ask Einstein to do this for us? Now, I know this is a simple example for my Flownatics out there, but it still requires understanding triggers and actions and other Flow concepts. Here, Flow has built it for me. All I have to do is configure it. Now, that was 15 seconds. Can you imagine the amount of time you're all going to be able to save? Now, I want my service agents to be able to interact with the technical teams who are working in Jira. And we are making this incredibly easy thanks to invocable Composer flows. Now, every integration that you build in Composer can become an invocable action in Salesforce like this. And this enables you, as you can see, to be able to deal with those complex integration patterns like we're seeing here with Jira. Let's send a DM to the account manager in Slack as well, so they can stay up to date. This is a complex integration between Jira and Slack with no code. Better yet, yes, clappies, thank you. Yes, you've been waiting for that one for a while. Better yet, you can save this integration, and you can actually use it across many flows. OK, so we've spent a little bit of time showing you how AI is going to make Flow and MuleSoft better. Now let's talk about how we make AI better. And we do this by making you the world's best prompt engineer. You've seen these amazing demos today, right, of Einstein empowering service agents to create highly personalized content like this email. I think we can do better than this, right? Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you. So how do we do that? Well, my fellow ChatGPT users know the power is in the prompt. And as you heard about this morning, Prompt Builder is our tool to enable you to build reusable prompt templates that you can leverage across the business. The key to a great prompt is grounding. You've probably heard it 20 times today, which is essentially adding more context to the prompt. Well, I'm really excited to announce we are bringing Flow to Prompt Builder. So with Flow plus MuleSoft, you can ground a prompt with any external data from across the enterprise. So here we've got a flow that brings in up-to-date case data from Jira. And we can use that to ground a prompt. And just like that, every service agent is able to create an even more personalized email with up-to-date case data from Jira with a click of a button. Flow and MuleSoft together really do unlock new possibilities for Einstein. And this is actually the culmination of a multi-year effort to think about how our platform needs to integrate so that MuleSoft works seamlessly with the rest of Salesforce. I like seeing all the cameras up. And this is compounding for all of you, because a data pipeline that grounds a generative prompt with external data, it just works. Now, in order to make that work, we had to solve the problem of how MuleSoft assets are composed in Flow. And I'm really excited to announce MuleSoft steps for Flow. You may not clap yet, but you will when you know what they are. MuleSoft steps enable you to embed any MuleSoft asset natively in the Flow canvas. No-code integrations, complex integrations, even RPA processes. Yeah. There you go. And this really democratizes automation because the business is free to build the processes, while the IT team, you can all secure and govern the systems. Now, this is amazing for automating systems, but I think we can all agree there are way more documents in the world today than any of us would have predicted for the 21st century. But then again, I still don't have my hoverboard. But I do have MuleSoft Intelligent Document Processing. Because documents are such a critical part of every business process, it's not possible to accomplish end-to-end automation without being able to efficiently process them. And this product, as we're going to show you, makes our existing capabilities that much easier and more powerful. Let's take a look. So we'll start with one of the most common Salesforce processes, quote to cash. And thanks to Flow orchestration, I can describe the entire process end-to-end in one canvas. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So let's see how we can make the account team more efficient at generating an order. Now, with automation, it's equally important to optimize the human interactions. And thanks to reactive screen flows, I can build an amazing experience for them to calculate discounts in real time and generate this order. You can see that I'm staying in one page, and as I'm making changes, right, the page is automatically refreshing, and it's telling me actively whether I'm still within the corporate policies. And we built this without writing any code. Okay, now let's go back to Flow orchestration to the end of the process where the back office is looking to fulfill the order. This is one stage, but you'll notice in Flow orchestration it's multiple steps, sub-processes, and systems. Again, this is the power of Flow orchestration. No endlessly chaining flows together to deliver an end-to-end process. Let's go into the document processing step, Sue. Here, we provide you with pre-trained AI models that already understand many different document types, invoices, receipts. So it'll actually suggest the fields that you may want. Now, of course, especially with the conference as it is today, we had to embed AI here as well. So you can extract insights from this document just by writing a prompt. And once you've defined how to process this type of document, you guessed it, you can save it as a pre-built action that can be reused across the platform. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is composability for document processing. We think it's going to save you countless hours. Okay, so the final stage here is to call out to the order management system. And this is where MuleSoft Steps come in. With MuleSoft Steps, I can call out to a complex set of back-end systems using an API that I architected in Anypoint. That's what I mean by line of business and IT coming together to deliver end-to-end automation across people, documents, and systems. Now, that's a lot more innovation we just threw at you with AI, of course, taking center stage. But I'm sure many of you are in IT, and now you're wondering, okay, this is great, Liam, but how do I secure and scale these efforts? Well, to take us through that, I'd like to invite the irrepressible Leslie Wright.
Thank you so much, Liam. Okay, I know y'all have heard a ton of information today. So now I'm going to bring this all together for us, and then Param is going to lead the way to happy hour. That's right, that's the best part. So you heard from Maria and Liam on how integration and automation are at the core of amazing AI experiences. And at the core of integration and automation are APIs. APIs are flexible building blocks that can be reused, enabling you to deliver your projects faster. And because APIs are so valuable, we've seen a dramatic increase in the number of APIs being built. Now, AI is compounding this. Exchanges with AI must be secured. When you use Einstein and Salesforce, the Einstein trust layer, that's your safety net. But your development teams, they may want to use a different AI model. And this is a landscape that is evolving at a staggering pace. Last year, there were around 30 notable AI models. This year, there's over 250,000 AI models. So you may be thinking, no big deal. We'll just build some more APIs for our applications. We think that's great. But there's a critical factor that cannot be forgotten. And that's because by 2025, more than 50% of your APIs will be unmanaged. That is a huge security concern. Unmanaged APIs can put your business at risk, and nobody wants to be in the news for the wrong reasons, like a breach. Security is a challenge, and unmanaged APIs means that you won't know where or how your APIs are being used. This lack of API management creates redundancies and slows the pace of innovation. Thankfully, MuleSoft's universal API management solution is here to help. With this solution, you'll be able to discover, govern, and manage all of your APIs. And yes, I did say universal, and that's because this solution will work with any API, regardless of where it's built or hosted. Now, when we talk with our customers about API management, what they've shared with us is that the challenge is not in building the standards, but in ensuring those standards are consistently applied across their organization. And that is where Anypoint API governance comes in. API governance will provide the tools for your API stakeholders to collaborate when building your governance rules. And it also provides the much-needed visibility so you can know whether your governance rules are being followed or not. We're pleased to announce today that we are extending this capability across the entire API lifecycle with our new end-to-end governance capability. Now, you can govern your APIs from design all the way to running instances. You can feel confident that your APIs are governed across the entire API lifecycle. So, now that you've heard about these two fabulous products, let's check them out in action. You ready, Soup? Let's start an Anypoint Exchange, our single source of truth for APIs. Here you see the phone number sync API that you saw in Maria's demo earlier today, along with some associated information about that API. You can also see in the corner here that this API is not conformant. So let's select See Details so that we can retrieve additional information about this API. In this view, we can now dive into the details by selecting API Management Best Practices. Here, we can quickly view that this API has no authentication policy and no logging policy applied. Another great feature of this product is that it also provides quick links to Design Center and API Manager so that your developers can route to those products to remediate any issue. Now, it's pretty easy to see how this product would be so valuable to your development teams. But do you know who would really love this level of visibility? Your security teams. So when you click Full Report, you will see a list of all the APIs along with their conformance status. In this unified dashboard view, your security team can drill down into each API to look at the issues. Then they can collaborate with the development team and the API owner to quickly correct any issue. That is pretty amazing. Yeah, absolutely. So as we're thinking about, there we go. Now we're thinking about security. As you start to incorporate AI into your security and into your work streams, it becomes even more critical. You don't want to lose your customers' trust because sensitive data has been exposed. So now that you have all this data you need to secure, along with all these AI models you need to account for, how do you secure all this information? Well, you do that with Anypoint Flex Gateway. Flex Gateway is an ultra-fast, lightweight gateway where you can control and secure all of your APIs, regardless of where they're deployed. It comes with out-of-the-box policies that you can use to secure all of your APIs, even your LLM APIs. And it also provides the ability for you to build your own custom APIs, own custom policies. Now, when you do that, you'll be able to track how data flows in and out of your AI model. So let's check this out. Sue, are you ready? Here you see the view of API Manager, along with all of the APIs across the various deployment gateways and their associated health status. Now, I'd like to pause for a moment, please, to just emphasize how incredible this view is. This view is pulling in information about APIs managed by MuleSoft and APIs managed by other platforms. That is simply amazing. So now we're going to select an API so we can show you how to secure AI with Flex Gateway and API policies. OpenAI API, please. So once an API has been deployed to your gateway, you can then apply policies out of the box. We have basic authentication, we have IP block list, and so much more. You also have the ability to create your own custom policies. And for this AI use case, we created a custom policy that can detect personally identifiable information in a prompt that would send data to your LLM API. Now, since this is a live demo, we've already applied the policy to the API. So now we're going to test it out. Let's create a prompt that contains driver's license information. And then let's call the API. And look at that. Just like that, the gateway returns a response that says personal information was detected, and it rejects the request to share. This means that your company can now leverage generative AI safely and securely. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay, but wait, we're not finished yet. We are thrilled to announce that we are extending this capability across the full API lifecycle with Policy Development Kit. Now, you'll be able to easily build your own flexible and adaptable custom policies and Flex Gateway. And you can apply those to any API, including your LLM APIs. Okay, we have covered a lot of information this afternoon. With MuleSoft, you can now secure and govern all of your APIs across the entire API lifecycle. And you are also able to secure your sensitive data even when you're using AI. And that is how you scale. Param, back to you.
That was awesome. Give it up for Leslie and all the speakers, including the demo team. Thank you. So today, we showed you how Salesforce can power your AI-led transformation with the ability to connect, automate, and scale your digital experiences with governance and security. Before we close, I want to spend some time with our amazing community. Today we have an awesome community member who's been giving back to the community for more than 10 years. Please welcome Felipe Ocadiz, Senior Integration Architect. And a MuleSoft Ambassador since 2018. Felipe, so great to have you here. Thank you for everything that you do. I want to ask you, what is the most rewarding part of what you do with the community for you?
Yeah, of course. Well, I've been part of the community for many, many years, like part of the meetup groups, the ambassadors program. And personally, the most rewarding thing is like mentoring people, like seeing them, growing them professionally and personally. I think it's priceless, like exchanging experience and knowledge and seeing them like building cool stuff. It's awesome. So currently, I'm mentoring like 5 engineers. So some of them are Salesforce engineers, and it is extremely powerful and valuable. Like having sessions with them, like sharing how to build new integrations and how to build like things with the MuleSoft ecosystem.
That is so inspiring, people. That's amazing. So if you're new and you're getting started with MuleSoft today, what is the main piece of advice you'd give to that person?
I would give two advice here. Is like reach out to your local meetup group. I think this is a great source of knowledge and experience. But the second is like reaching out to the mentors. So there's a program where we have like almost 1,000 mentors around the world. So they are eager to share experience and knowledge, so I would definitely recommend to reach out to them.
Awesome. Well, the work that you do is so inspiring and so inspirational. In fact, we want to add some sparkle to your Muliness. So we'd like to, on behalf of the entire MuleSoft team, we'd like to award you a golden hoodie. Well, it seems like that was designed just for Felipe. Look at him. It's perfect. Awesome. Well, stay with me. We'll be close together. If you want to hear more about the Salesforce and Salesforce stories, please head on over to Campground, where you can hear from Juan and his team about how we're leveraging Salesforce to drive our business transformation. If you're interested in being a part of the community and hanging out with great folks like Felipe, please scan the QR code in the middle of the screen there. And if you're joining us virtually, please head on over to our Trailhead, where we've just released a brand new MuleSoft hands-on challenge to get more familiar with our technology. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please scan the QR code to give us feedback, and have a great Dreamforce. Thank you.